Okay. Hey YouTube! So today I'm doing a piece of Melanie Martinez from her song Teddy Bear. So first off, I want to kind of apologize for the crappy lighting. It was pretty late when I was doing this, and I only had one light. But yeah, hopefully you can excuse that. Sorry. But yeah, so today I wanted to talk about fan art. So kind of when people think fan art, they think like anime art or fan art of cartoon shows. But a lot of the times people don't think of all the other kinds of fan art. I would definitely include in fan art music art, like art you have made that's inspired by a song you've listened to or music you've listened to, art inspired by a movie you've watched, like drawing art of Transformers or stuff like that, art of comics, art of even like actors and famous people can be considered fan art. So there is a very broad spectrum of fan art, even though people may not think of it this way. But next topic of discussion I kind of want to talk on is whether or not fan art is better or worse than original art. So fan art is the art that you make based off of your love of something. It can be anything that I just described. So with original art, it's ideas that come from your head. They can be your own characters, own situations. They can be just a drawing of an outfit you liked on Instagram. But yeah, so with these two different kinds of art, there are some similarities between both of them, of course. The situations you're drawing come from your own mind and stuff, and you wanting to draw them is also your own intent. So is there anything really inherently bad about fan art? I have to say no. I quite like drawing fan art from time to time. I think it's good practice. You get to look and study other people's character design and kind of grasp some of the knowledge that they have. You can look at them and see what works with them. And you can really focus on the details. And apply some of this knowledge that you've gained from drawing these characters to your own art. So yeah. Something with fan art that kind of inhibits you is the fact that if you're actually drawing the art because you're a fan of the show, it kind of limits what you can do with this. So if you want to make art that makes sense in the canon of whatever you're drawing, be it comic, an actual person, your favorite YouTuber, whatever, you gotta keep in mind what would make sense to draw with them. You don't want to just draw random things. When you see art of like Game Grumps, for example, or like Markiplier, they always include like in references with them a lot of the time. They don't just draw them like shooting fireballs out of their hands. So that's kind of something that can hold you back, but with original art you can do kind of, I guess, whatever your heart desires. And another thing is drawing directly from the source material. If it's something that is already drawn, like if it is someone else's art, can inhibit learning. This is a problem a lot of new beginner artists run into, which is they see like anime and stuff. Like for me, my introduction anime was Naruto, and I drew fan art of that. But this can actually hurt you in a way. You're drawing from someone else's interpretation of reality, which makes it so you don't actually really grasp that. The original art comes from the artist observing reality and abstracting it. They're choosing which details to enhance and which ones to kind of null out. So, for example, like hands. hands lose a lot of detail in people's drawings. And this can lead for a lot of difficulty in people learning how to draw hands from other people's art drawing because they're missing a lot of details, and this makes it very hard for you to try and translate this into your own art. With observing someone else's observation of reality, this makes it harder for the artist to get their anatomy right because the anatomy that they're looking at is abstracted. It makes it harder for them to do poses. Their poses can seem very stiff and they're not very fluent because they're not studying life. They're not studying how fluid life can be and stuff. And this is why I think if anyone is trying to get into art, that it is best to start off with observing from life. This way you're able to choose what you want to abstract and all of that stuff. And with original art, this kind of helps you be able to do that, but of course, if you're still going off of what you're a fan of and trying their art style and drawing your own things, you're going to run into the same problems. So yeah, that's all I really have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!